Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Gwent, and today we're going to be playing the new dual casting seasonal event, which means once per turn, when we play a special card, we will play a copy of that special card, so we are going to be playing a ton of extremely powerful special cards, and it's going to be a ton of fun. Today we're going to be checking out what I would say is the meta deck of this seasonal event, so let's give it a look. So today we're going to be playing a Scoia'tael Nature's Gift deck, meaning that we will have Symbiosis, so we'll be spawning in a bunch of Treants. We will also be able to give our units Vitality. Other than that, we are going to use as many nature cards as possible and create a bunch of Treants, and in doing so, boost cards like the Sage that get boosted by 2 every time we play a special card, and give tons of Vitality to the Hamadryad that will also get additional boosts whenever it has Vitality. Last, but certainly not least, for our final card that we play in round 3, we're going to drop Harald Gord, who will get boosted by 1 for every special card that we had played over the course of the entire game. And because we're doubling every special card that we play, that number is going to be huge. So now I'll flip through the deck in its entirety just to show you what we have here, but I'll leave the deck list and link in the description, so of course you can click on that if you are interested in downloading this deck. So there's a look at the deck. Now let's try it out. Okay, so go against Scoia'tael here, and this could be a mirror match. And we have Harald Gord already in our hand. That's fine, we'll just save him. Mahakam Guard, I think we probably dump you. 2 Hamadryads, that's great. Then maybe get rid of Marauder. Novigradian Justice, okay. Okay, they'll go Hamadryad first, which is funny, because I was thinking we might do the same thing. Let's play ours in the range row. Totally different. Definitely not exactly the same thing they just did. Okay, then they go Sage. Now, we don't have any of those in our hand right now. But what we could do is, alternatively, we could go Land of 1,000 Fables into Oneiromancy, and then use that to get not 1, but 2 Sages out here. How about that? Okay, now they'll go with the additional Symbiosis there. That is something we'd like to do, but I'm thinking we go with the other Hamadryad, and then next turn we go with the Shaping Nature, because we want to get these units tall enough that they're harder to take out, because they're going to have some damage. Let's get you, and then also do that. Yeah, so there comes some damage, and I'm guessing here comes some special cards to remove this, and probably this. Although Necromancy means you'll only be able to play it once. Yeah! Okay, sure, they'll remove one of them, but I think we'll take that. Well, I suppose second Oneiromancy could give them another. That's very likely. Oh no, they're getting another Sage out there instead. Technically, they should have done that first. Now, let's go Shaping Nature, and we'll certainly target the Vitality on you. Let's do the combo boost / Vitality. And then second round, probably just do it in the melee row, and this time round, better just go straight up boost. Okay, now they're gonna Purify, give some Vitality. And I think maybe we start to improve our Symbiosis here by getting you down now. That is better longer term. That is what they ended up doing, but I went more for a short-term strategy, trying to prioritize boosting up our engines earlier. Yeah, I think we just leave it at that. Okay, Trist Telekinesis. Oh, interesting. Another way to play some special cards. Nature's Rebuke. Okay, now will they double up on this Sage? It looks like they might do. No, getting rid of one of our Symbiosis units? That means It's not nearly as powerful as our sages. Surprised he didn't dump one of those instead. Okay. So now, let's definitely make sure that we boost you. And we would like to get Symbiosis out there. Yes, but at the same time, you are very vulnerable right now, and that is almost a guaranteed round 1 loss if we lose you. Let's do that. And then for the other one, maybe we just one of these guys down here. Okay, Circle of Life will destroy Wandering Treants. It's not a huge play for this round, but it's kind of a future play. And they have enough Symbiosis here that that's becoming a factor for sure. So we opted not to go that route, but perhaps, given the length of this round, it has started to backfire on us. We can get our other Symbiosis unit out here, yes, but it's perhaps too little too late for that. Yeah, and they pass, and this puts us in a really tricky spot, because they have a sizable advantage right now, and I'm not even sure that we can catch up if we wanted to by going a card down. Are we willing to go 2 cards down? That's a steep price to pay, but maybe we go for it here. Because I think no option is perfect here. That's awfully close, in fact. Oh, hold on. Sure. With our Vitality, it is actually enough. Look at that, just barely. We'll take round 1. We drew into Double Shaping Nature. Our next card should be another Oneiromancy. I think maybe we even swap out Novigradian Justice for that. And then we will dry pass here. And we only went 1 card down, so it means we'll be on even cards in round 3, and we'll have last say, so it actually went according to plan. Now they go Oneiromancy. And with that, they'll just throw out an Abandoned Girl. And, oh, okay. Shaping Nature, yeah, good to get a couple copies of that echoing in for round 3. Okay, so we drew into Heatwave. That's fantastic. Let's probably dump the Marauder. Nature's Rebuke will take that. Dryad's Caress is probably the other thing we'd like to dump. Marauder, not great. Okay, Hamadryad. We used all of ours. So, interesting question here. How do we want to use our Oneiromancies? I think we just go straight into Nature's Rebuke and remove you, because otherwise this is an engine that is concerning. It is overkill on the second one, yes. But, you know, if we're just comparing their first turn to ours, then we are still coming out ahead. Okay, Oneiromancy. Abandoned Girl is, perhaps overkill for Oneiromancy, but we'll see what they have in mind. Yeah, they seem to be going all in on Symbiosis. And the Vitality on you when you're about to swap this over was silly. But let's see. So we have another round of Oneiromancy. Do we want to go with that now? I mean, Necromancy, we could play 1 time to get back 1 engine, because we did play all of our best engines, both Sages and both Hamadryads in round 1. But I'd like to get one of them out there. And given how we have a couple of Shaping Natures, I think maybe we do that. Specifically with the Hamadryad. It does mean that we are only going to get 1 round of Necromancy here. And then the other card we play, what if we went... I mean, we're like super doubling down on all the special cards in 1 round here, which is not ideal, but... Fauve, and then Purify Vitality on the Hamadryad here to get that boosted up nice and early. Okay, now see, you will transform... Oh, I suppose you do keep your strength. Now, here's your Force Protector. Now, I imagine you have enough Nature's Rebukes to get rid of Hamadryad. Yeah, you'll get 2 rounds of it. That will do the trick. And that is a tricky one, because we could Oneiromancy into our Force Protector, but then we'd only get one of those Nature's Rebukes because Oneiromancy would be the first special card we play. And I wanted to get the Hamadryad out there so we could benefit more from the Shaping Nature, but that's not so likely anymore. Is there any other card we'd like to have? Yeah, I think Force Protector, then Triangle within a Triangle is probably best. So let's go with you here, with you here, then you, this, and okay, here's Triangle within Triangle. Second there, I thought I might have gotten the order mixed up a little bit. Now, technically, we would have gotten a few more points if we had boosted ourselves with Triangle within a Triangle, but I think, generally speaking, damage is a little bit safer than boosting ourselves, because then they can't just remove it. They'll Purify and give Vitality. And we can certainly do something similar here with Shaping Nature. I think we do that now. Now, we'd like to get you out there early for the Vitality, but, well, Shaping Nature will do the same thing as well. So let's go with the combo here. We'll use... I think, yeah, again, combo is preferable because we have enough time for that Vitality to take effect here. Now, ideally, I actually should have put it on someone other than the Force Protector, because now this is just begging to be removed. Okay, they're Oneiromancy. Now, if they don't have Harald Gord in their hand, then this might be their way of getting him. But this is early for doing that. Now, they're going to go Nature's Rebuke to remove one of our treants. I mean, sure. And then boost themselves. Tempering. Okay. So now, do we go Shaping Nature, or do we go Mahakam Marauder? I think we'll go another round of Shaping Nature here, just to make it a little bit harder for them to remove our cards. Now, it's, what, like 1 point better to go the Vitality route here? Or something like that, with my quick mental maths. And it does mean we're going to have to put a couple of big treants next to each other, unfortunately. Okay, now there's their Shaping Nature. And now, this turn, we go Mahakam Marauder. We'll save our last leader ability charge for next turn. So now their last cards are presumably Gord and removal or resetting. Okay, so here's their reset. That means that Gord should now be safe to play. So I think we go with that, and then next turn we save our Heatwave for presumably their Gord. So let's play you, and then we'll probably play you in the range row, where you just reset things. You're up to a 25 here, which is not quite enough for us to catch up yet, but we do have that big Heat Wave. And then now make sure that we use our leader ability to get all the Vitality boosts. Oh, okay, well, this is going to be a way to get Gord, right? Yes, it is. Okay. So he will get big, but we will remove him. But they'll also bring someone else out. Well, or not. Okay, so what we do here is we just remove their biggest card, that of course being Gord. And that's not quite enough yet, but then what's the next biggest one would be this 11-point treant. And that means we will pass them here, and that is why Last Say is so crucial. The difference maker there. Okay, so go against Scoia'tael here, and their movement Scoia'tael, so this could be a similar, albeit not mirror, matchup. So we have a couple of Hamadryads for round 1. Then we can use Land of a Thousand Fables to get Oneiromancy or Nature's Rebuke, but we'd like to get the other one in here. So let's get rid of you. Heatwave would ideally like to save. Necromancy, yeah, so we're only going to get one of those two key cards. Miner's not a huge play here. I think we try getting one of the Hamadryads out. And we'll give you Vitality. And okay, I mean, you'll damage it, but not destroy it. So we'll take that. Then let's go Hamadryad numero dos. Same idea. And okay, here comes the damage, which will remove one of them, but not enough to remove the other. So we could either go Abandoned Girl here to get more symbiosis early, or land 1,000 Fables into Oneiromancy into probably a couple of Sages as an alternative set of engines. Thinking we probably go that route here. So let's go Oneiromancy. That will double Oneiromancy. So that's nice. Get a couple copies for round 2. And we set ourselves up for this. And that way, even if they remove another one of these engines, we can still bring 2 back with Necromancy on our next turn. No, they're just going to get Vitality. Okay. So if you're going to give us that type of time, it'd be nice to get down to Abandoned Girl that's a little bit greedy, when we could instead start removing some stuffs. Let's go for it. It is greedy, but hopefully they don't punish us for it. And well, here comes a ton of damage. Okay. We baited that out, and a little strange they used that on the Abandoned Girl, but all is not lost. That's what Necromancy is here for. So, Sage first, because it will then get boosted by the second round. You don't have much vitality remaining here, unfortunately. Suppose let's use it on you just to get you a little bit out of removal range. So you're going to lock and reset on the Sage and on the other Sage. Oh, then use your leader ability. Aggressive. Remove that. Now, this would be an occasion where we would have loved to have had our Purify and Give Vitality nature card, but now we have the damage one instead. Will that suffice? I mean, we won't get the boost from the Elven Sage, unfortunately. Force Protector doesn't have anything to play at the moment, so yeah, I think we more or less have to go this route now. Oh no, Shoop stay off? I did not see that one coming. Doubling down on it, no less. This one's lock. Where you lock it? I mean, that's not a huge deal. Certainly not on a Wandering Treant. Yeah, I was more concerned about the resilience. Okay, but we can deal with it. Force Protector into double Nature's Rebuke would do the trick, and I think that has to be the answer here, right? Let's go for it. And it is a little bit overkill on the damage, but to remove the resilience, I think it's certainly worth it. Okay, and they pass. So we'll take the round 1 win here on even. That's huge. And we draw into that double Oneiromancy. And then triangle within a triangle. Just wondering, if we're trying to go for a round 2 win here, we'd like to save both Harald Gord and Korathi Heatwave. So maybe we use our Oneiromancies to get those in round 3 and instead try to swap something else in their place. And, well, it does kind of put us in a strange place here. What do we have left to play? The answer is not much. Maybe you? I suppose? Let's get a unit out there, because that's probably something that we'd like to do. So get you down. And then, why don't we get Zoltan's Company as well? I know it does mean that that's our second special card this turn, so it will not get doubled. But just in the interest of getting some dwarves out there for a future potential Novigradian Justice play. Oh, they're gonna seize, I imagine, you? Yeah. They're gonna do it twice. I don't know. I mean, it's a little overkill. Does mean we're on even here, so if we really wanted to, we could pass, force them to go a card down in round 3, which is not the end of the world, but alternatively, we could just destroy both the cards they just stole. Maybe we go Dryad's Caress here. It's not as strong, but I'm deliberately trying to save the damage for some actual engines that we might shut off. And they remove one, and then go with their Nature's Rebuke. Okay, some questionable choices in terms of what they destroyed. I think we go Novigradian Justice here and just go all out on the dwarves. And let's go double Mahakam Guard, I think, because we'll have enough dwarves out there that this might be marginally better. It's close. It's pretty close. And round 2, at least for this one, certainly. There we go. They renew. Oh, what did they bring back? Really? You sure about that? Okay. If you say so. Likewise, some odd choices. Okay. Probably Nature's Rebuke or not much else at this point. I guess we try taking you out here. And then on the second one, suppose this is the same as this. This just boosts ourselves in the process, whereas this does not. Let's maybe focus on the damage instead then. Lots of healing and vitality, but still not huge plays. And we have a big enough lead here, especially with triangle within a triangle not being huge against any of you guys. I feel like we just pass here, and they want to go a card down into round 3, we'll take it, but they might need to go 2 cards down if they want to catch up to us. Scorch will remove, what, our 6? And then this time, initiative does not trigger this time around, does it? Surely not. Okay. But it does mean they need to play 2. And even after moving us, still not enough. Strange choices there in terms of the cards they brought back, but that meant we could 2-0 them. Okay, so we go against Nilfgaard here. They'll go first. Okay, so we got Sage here. That can be our round 1 engine along with the Hamadryad, so that's cool. But I think we have too many dwarves here. Let's just dump some of them. Okay, Defender, sure. See what they follow up with. Oh, that'll actually give them 2 battle preparations, right? I guess that's not bad. Okay, now let's start off with the Hamadryad, and we'll use our leader ability to get it up to a 6 at the end of our turn, which makes it a little bit harder to get rid of it. Okay, now they're going to purify it, which is a little bit annoying, but we have plenty of ways to get vitality back. Now let's play our other engine, Sage. If they want to destroy them, then we can bring them back with Necromancy. It's going to be a little bit vulnerable, but we'll see what they do. Okay, they seem to be just focusing on themselves here now. So in some ways, I'd say that's definitely a good thing. So if they didn't have the Defender down, then we could destroy these 2 units with Nature's Rebuke. However, we're not going to get through that with 10 damage here. So let's throw down the Abandoned Girl first here. And we'll switch her over to her Symbiosis form on our next turn. Okay, they're triggering some Assimilates. I mean, if you want to create copies of these cards, then sure. They even do our best card there. Okay, and then they'll give us some bleeding as well. I'd say we probably purify off that bleeding. Let's go for that. And get some vitality in the process. No, I forgot to transform first. Okay, well, suboptimal in that sense. Ideally, should have done that first. Then we would have gotten stronger Wandering Treants in the process, because that's one more Symbiosis unit. But I jumped the gun ever so slightly there. Okay, now they're playing... Ah, darn, Heatwave from our hand. So they're going to destroy, I imagine, both our engines, right? And then play, well, Damien to get another round of their leader ability. That hurts. And that hurts particularly because they banished those cards, and therefore we cannot use Necromancy to bring anything back from our graveyard because, well, they aren't in our graveyard. I think what we go for here is we go Land of 1,000 Fables into Oneiromancy. Then with Oneiromancy, we get those cards back, namely the other ones we still have in our deck. Let's get the Hamadryad. Technically should have gone Sage first. Would have given us a couple more points. Okay, Cantarilla, well, it depends what they steal. That does hurt a bit. Okay, now we have some catching up to do, but I think it's doable, primarily because we have the Nature's Rebuke here that we could use to destroy the Viper Witcher. Let's do that. And then this other one, we're not going to get a death blow to trigger on it, but we'll take it. Alzer? Okay. They setting up Oneiromancy next turn? I think they are. Brace for a potential Scoia'tael coming in next turn. This is about to get interesting, unless we wanted to Heatwave the Defender and then follow up by Heatwaving Alzer. I don't know about that, though. That feels like that could potentially be a little bit overkill. Then again, I mean, what are our alternatives here? We don't have many, so I think we almost need to here. It does hurt us significantly for round 3. Do we just go for removing the points or removing the future Alzer play? I think they are trying to do some elaborate Alzer plus Oneiromancy spawns, so let's get rid of that. Okay, or Uma's Curse. Detloff. Followed by, Geralt Professional Ease, capable of destroying Sage here, which does hurt. Technically speaking, we can bring that back with Necromancy, because that was not a banishment. However, the Sage is our only bronze unit in our graveyard right now, so don't get any benefit out of playing this twice. I think we go Necromancy here for the slightly longer term play. I'm expecting that this round may go close to the full distance. Now, we won't actually be able to play any cards with this second Necromancy, but it will still trigger the Sage there. So there is that. Let's use our last charge for our leader ability as well to keep you with Vitality. Okay, now they're going second round leader ability, and this will certainly be triangle within a triangle. It is enough to destroy our Sage, but they're going to go with boosting themselves instead, which does make it difficult to destroy those cards with triangle within a triangle, of course. And then Becker's Rock Slide as well is a good follow-up, but that will not get doubled. Okay, so here is the tricky place in which we find ourselves. Yes, we can deal a decent amount of damage with triangle within a triangle. However, especially after they just used it on themselves to boost themselves, means that at best we're basically just undoing their last turn. So I don't think that's enough. And Mahakam Guard is one of our weakest cards in this scenario. We'd like to have loaded up in the melee row with other dwarves, which we've not currently done. So I think we do need to pass here because we're not going to be able to catch them. It means that we will not have last say in round 3, which is dangerous, but I think that's the best we can do right now. So we'll pass. So they'll take round 1. Does hopefully mean we'll at least get a simple round 2 victory after they dry pass. But like I said, no last say in round 3 is quite a setback. Okay, and we'd like to have a throwaway card here, so Mahakam Guard or Marauder, either one of those is not terrible for that purpose. But getting Shaping Nature, really nice to have gotten this in round 1 so that we could have created a couple copies of this, but I suppose we'll settle for this. Yeah, they do dry pass, so let's throw away the Marauder here. So we take a simple round 2. We'll be on even cards for round 3, but we will go first. Okay, let's see. Take a look at what we have in our deck still. So we obviously want to make sure that we have a way to get Harald Gord out of there. We have some Oneiromancy, so that can certainly happen. Force Protector could also be nice. So what if, say, we tried getting something other than you, Novigradian Justice? As long as we have additional dwarves, we do. Then maybe we try getting rid of Nature's Rebuke. And Mahakam Guard, well, is probably not what we would have preferred in that case, so struck out on that one. But let's begin with them. Okay, they're going with armor. Not sure what that's all about. Then, potentially, Novigradian Justice. This melee row is going to get very crowded, and we'd like to have room for the Mahakam Guard to go down there so they can maximize the boost, but that might not work depending on where our random wandering tree ends end up. Let's take that risk, though. And we will play our other Mahakam Guard from our deck. So that worked out well. Although we have run out of space in the melee row now, which is unfortunate. We'll get one Marauder in here, so we'll at least get a small boost on this Mahakam Guard, but it's not going to be the dramatic 10-point play here. Okay, they're setting up Assimilate. And let's just see, what else are we going to want with Oneiromancy? Certainly Harald Gord, that's going to be our last play, but probably Forest Protector with the other one. So if we do that, it does mean that we will only get one round of Nature's Rebuke, because it will not be the first special card that we play on our turn. Oneiromancy will be, but oh, that actually means we need to think of what we want for our second Oneiromancy. I guess getting Symbiosis? Or we could even go with Oneiromancy into Fauve, into Nature's Rebuke, and then have the second one give us you. I think we do that, just in a slightly different order, because you have Symbiosis, and we want to get that down as quickly as possible. We gotta be quick here. Fauve, go. Quickly. You. On you. Okay. Just enough time. Okay, they're gonna make some copies. Well, we don't have any great units. It's mostly just that we flooded with a bunch of them. So I think that's fine. We'll get rid of our strongest dwarf, however. It actually does suddenly make it possible for us to play this other Mahakam Dwarf and just replace it, which we may opt to do here, just in case they want to play any spies in a future round. They could block this route, so yeah, let's go for it. And then, we could have ideally probably followed up for the damage with you to get rid of the Assimilate last turn. Now it's already started to grow a bit, and that's no longer possible, but maybe we just save this damage. Okay, Johnny, it's a little late, but theoretically strong. And we could remove him with triangle within a triangle, but then, you know, will we remove the other one? We don't have a great option there. So I think we go Shaping Nature on this turn for a few more points. Let's go with that. And I think we're just going for the boost because it's late enough and around it. The Vitality is not really going to work here. I shouldn't have put that next to the other one. But, second one, we'll obviously put this in the other row. Let's put it next to weak units. And we're running out of space, which we need to be careful of. And they could, of course, end up destroying some cards here, which is fine. We just want to make sure we have enough room for Gord. Okay, they could get really anything with this. And that's, well, it will trigger Assimilate, yes, a second time. But other than that, not fantastic. Yep, not fantastic. But they did give us more room by destroying one of our cards, so we'll take that. Second round. Lyrian Scytheman is okay. 7-point play here. Okay, so triangle within a triangle at this stage is, if we double up, now enough to get rid of Johnny. Otherwise, I mean, it's not going to be great damage. So, I mean, that might still be preferable, just to shut off this little engine they have here. So, let's get rid of Johnny, I think. And they already made space for us as well, by destroying some of our units, so we don't have to worry about running out of space for Gord. Especially if they destroy more of our cards. Okay. So, we still have this damage here, which we probably could have also used to get rid of Johnny, but we don't even need to play Gord. They forfeit here, and perhaps that is because we had a 25-point lead even before we were about to play our biggest card. So there's a look at a Scoia'tael Gord deck, a deck that I think is going to be one of the most powerful and one of the most popular in this new dual casting seasonal event. If you liked the video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and leave a comment down below to let me know which other cards, archetypes, and factions you'd like us to experiment with next. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you next time.